Hi everybody, it's Tristan here from Evolve EdTech and welcome to another one of our Jamboard videos, part of our series looking at the 20 Jamboard templates that we have created and that are available for you for absolutely free from the Evolve EdTech website. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us again. I hope that you're finding this series really useful and having a look at those Jamboard templates that we've created and some ideas that we have for you to be able to use them in your classroom. So today we are looking at another one of those templates, and it's the essay planning tree. At some stage in our lives, we've had to write an essay, one of those extended response pieces where we have had to come up with an idea, an argument, and then provide evidence examples to support our ideas and arguments. So I'm going to show you a little template that was introduced to me by one of my former head teachers, and it's a template that I have used for a long time now, and I love it because it's visual and it gives students an overview of what they're going to do when they come to writing an essay. It gives them a little bit of a structure, which is really important to make it a little bit easier for them to think about answering the question and making sure that they're answering it properly. Anyway, as I mentioned, I am Tristan from Evolve EdTech. You may recognize us. We used to be known as the EdTech teacher. We've had a rebrand, a refresh, and here we are. So let's head over to the Evolve EdTech website. I'll show you where to grab the Jamboard templates if you are new to us. Thank you so much. So we'll go over there in 1 second, but I'm going to do one thing that I forgot to do, and that is to tell you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love it if you could come and be part of the Evolve EdTech community by subscribing to the channel. It gives me a little bit more confidence to continue to pay it forward and make these videos and resources and hopefully become a really great EdTecher in that EdTech universe eventually. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us at Evolve EdTech on YouTube, and that would be fantastic, and that would make me so happy if I could start to increase the number of people and subscribers that I have. So let's head over to the Evolve EdTech website. If you haven't been to my website before, you can just look down the bottom of the screen there and you've got the ticker scrolling across. EvolveEdTech.com is where you'll be able to find everything from all of our videos, our Wakelet collections, our Jamboard templates, our podcast episodes, and a whole heap of other things that I have planned that will eventually come onto the website and become available for you to access. So if you're new to us, you could access our Jamboard templates. At the moment, I have 20 Jamboard templates. I have one collection. My plan is to create more collections. At the moment, I've just got one, and you can go and access those right now for free, absolutely free, pay nothing at all. And you're never going to pay for those Jamboard templates. They are always going to be free. So let's head over to the website, and we're just going to head to the Evolve Resources tab at the top of our page here. Click on that. Here you can see a whole heap of resources here. You can see our infographics, which you can go and download as well. We have our Jamboard. We have our Wakelet collections, which are some of them are embedded there, which you can go and look at. Our Planboard series, Chalk's Planboard, is one of my favorite tools when it comes to planning my lessons for my classroom, and any ebooks that we create or put together will eventually go into there as well. But we're going to head to the Jamboard section today, and we're going to go to the first collection, the e-collection, and this is where you will find our 20 Jamboard templates. When you head to this link, you'll find that this is set up in an accordion style, so they're all there. So when you open one, you need to open one at a time just to make it a bit easier to control and not be overwhelmed with. But here you will find 20 templates which we have created, which you can download and use. You'll notice they are in alphabetical order, so it's really easy to find those. This is just the first of hopefully many Jamboard template collections. So today we are going to go down. We're slowly making our way through the list, which is fantastic, and head to the essay planning tree. Now, as I mentioned earlier, at some stage, we've probably written an essay in school. We've probably written an essay in university or college if you're in a different part of the world compared to me down here in Australia. So this I wish I had have known about this much earlier, because I think it's a fantastic way of being able to visualize the question and your response and getting everything right. All right, now this is just a basic tree, and we could definitely add and expand on it more, but I think it's a great place to start, especially if you are introducing essays to your students. So basically, it's a way to visualize everything from the question, our thesis, our arguments, and our evidence or examples that are going to help prove the arguments that we are going to be talking about in our response. So that's what it is. So it's a tree, from the top down. All right, we've got those different branches, we've got those different elements that make up the whole. So let's head over and let's download one of these templates. Just remember that I did make a slight boo-boo and I forgot to change the link to force a copy, but that's okay. Once you go in there, you'll be able to make your own copy in your workspace and access that forever. Don't know why I started to have a little bit of a accent then. Not sure. It's free. It's getting late at night here in Australia, so I just want to say that. Okay, so let's go, and we might grab the red template today. So I'm going to go and grab the red essay planning tree template. It's going to open it up here for us. Right, once it has opened up, we're going to head up the top here next to, and it will become blue. You can see the share button up here. It will become blue in a second. And next to it on the left, you can see 3 dots. Now, these 3 dots are magical when it comes to Google, and they are actually providing us with a whole heap of options. And I will actually come back to these ones later on in this episode. So we're going to click on those 3 dots. And we're going to scroll down here to make a copy. It's going to make a copy in our workspace, in our drive, so that we can reuse that again and again. So go and make that copy so that you can access and use this template. All right, so when this template arrives, there it is. I now have access to the awesome tools that are available with Jamboard over here on the left-hand side of my Jam and my Jam page. So I can use this here. Now, this template here, you might decide to use it as a class if you want to do a bit of modeling and a bit of scaffolding, but students could definitely be given this template to work on themselves. It would also work beautifully in slides. It would also work beautifully in docs if you want to use Microsoft Word, etc. It would be fantastic. I chose to create it in Jamboard because it was a little bit easier than some of the formatting when it comes to using Docs or Microsoft Word. So I have used those, and I do have those ones available as well that I can provide if you're interested in seeing those, but they are very intricate and they do take a lot of work. So this one has been created using Canva. All right, that's where all of my templates have been created using Canva, and that is the basis for this particular template. So this template here is pretty simple, and that's the point of this particular template, is to start off really simply, and then obviously we're going to work and add more as we become more competent and we become more skilled with our ability to write an essay, to write our paragraphs, to make sure that our ideas are coming across clearly and concisely. So the first thing that we would do here is we would add our essay question. So I would just go and grab myself a text box, pop my text box here. This is our essay question. All right, pop your essay question in there. Oops, that's not how you spell question. Question, there we go. Pop your question in there. You might have it ready. All you might need to do is get it copied and pasted there. You can type it up as you go if you're a really talented person, but pop your question in there so the students can see it. We know that a really great essay has a thesis. It has a focus that relates to our question. And again, just grab another text box, and then we're going to pop our thesis into this space here. So we're going to write down what our thesis is for our essay. So don't just write something silly. Actually write your thesis that is going to be used to help you prove and answer that first question, that essay question. All right, so for this particular example here, we're saying that we should probably have 3 lines of argument to help us prove this particular thesis in relation to our question. So again, just grab another text box. We're just going to put our first argument in here. We could probably write, it could be fairly generic, or you could probably write it as a topic sentence if you would like to. Either or is fine, but as long as we know what the 3 arguments are, because this template should really be something that we just refer back to when we're in the process of writing our essay. So just a very quick overview of what our 3 arguments are going to be, or we could write our actual topic sentence for our arguments so that we already have that part of our essay completed. Then down here is where we're going to select our evidence or our examples to support and help us prove our arguments. So if we're looking at something like a text, I'm an English teacher, so we would be looking for textual evidence, okay? Quotes, examples, all right, lines from a play, film techniques, all right? We're looking for all of these different elements that are going to help support our arguments. If you're doing something from history, it's going to be your sources, all right? Same with business studies, legal studies, any subjects that you are doing, you are going to be choosing relevant examples to support your arguments. And what I would just do here is briefly outline what they are so that I have an idea, okay? The essay planning tree is to give you an idea of what you are going to use in your essay. So you might decide to tell the children or your students that they need to have 2 examples or 2 pieces of evidence. So in these boxes here, okay, for our evidence and examples, that's where they might write 2 different examples so that they know to refer to those. So it's not an overly complicated template to use. It's meant to be simple, okay? It's meant to be a visual aid to support our students thinking as they go to write an essay. So essentially, we have our thesis, we have our introduction, we have our 3 body paragraphs here, all right? And then obviously we would have our conclusion to complete that burger, okay, to complete that essay there. So that's what this template is doing. It's just providing us with a really simple visual overview of what our essay is going to focus on to ensure that we have all of those elements and we have all of those elements in the right spots, okay, to help us answer the question and make sure we prove that thesis. So something else that you could do with this is maybe you want to give this out to some senior students or some students that continuously have to write essays. They might use this as a bit of a journal. All right, you could provide it as a digital workbook per se to help them with their planning. And just like I've shown you before, it's really easy to copy these. Remember, you can have 20 frames per jam. So we can have 20 of these templates created and inserted into one of our jams. All right, so to do that, we just head up the top here. I'll show you that again because I was talking and distracted. We just head up the top here. We click on this to expand the bar here. We're going to go up here to the 3 dots, remember the magic dots, and we're just going to duplicate our slide. Now, I've mentioned before, just be very careful that you have nothing in your jam when you duplicate, because it will duplicate everything that's in the previous jam. So you might want to go and create your your frames in your jam before you actually provide this to your students, just so that you're not having to go back and delete other parts that you have created in your frame, in your jam. So the essay planning tree, it's really cool. It's really simple. My head teacher, when I lived out in rural New South Wales, Bindi, introduced this to me. And as I said, this is a simplified version. I have got a bit more of a complicated version where, excuse me, where I go a bit more specific for my topic area of English. But this is a really great way to get started with students who are beginning to use and write essays. Well, that is the essay planning tree. All right. And I suggest that you go and have a look at it and see how you could use it in your classroom. All right. Just before we go, just a reminder, and I've already done this, but I do this at the beginning and end of every single one of my videos. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Evolve EdTech. Please share it with your friends and colleagues. help us grow our community so we can pay it forward, and I can continue to provide you with really great advice, suggestions. I can expose you to awesome EdTech that you might not have been aware of, and we can build that capacity in our students as they move into a brave new world, I think sometimes. So thank you so much. Just a reminder that you can join us on our socials and stay connected with us. We do have Facebook, we do have Instagram, and we do have a Twitter account. I'm more active on Twitter, so please come and follow us on Twitter. For Twitter, I'm actually, down there, Evolve EdTech AU. So please come and join us and be part of the Evolve EdTech community. Well, my name is Tristan. I am the person behind Evolve EdTech. Thank you so much for sticking with us again for another video looking at another Jamboard template. Well, until next time, stay safe, everybody. See you later.